Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Good evening, all. So myself, I'm Vijay. I have 20 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 8 plus years of experience in Python environment. My experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django-based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Is my screen visible to all? Is my voice
Yes,
clear?
sir, your screen is visible.
Thank you.
You're audible.
So as part of today's demo, I'll be covering the following topics. Right. Okay. Why Python? Already we have got many programming languages. Already we have got many programming languages. Why again Python required? And Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. It is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Who can learn who can learn Python? What are the prerequisites for learning Python? What are the prerequisites for learning Python, right? Yes. Yeah. How Python was, let's see, there is no prerequisite for learning Python. Anyone can update Python. The Python statements look like normal English statements. They're not as complex as other programming languages, right? Yes. Anybody can update. We'll be discussing everything from the scratch ground level to the advanced level. How Python was built. Python was built by taking the features. Python was built by taking the features from different programming languages. Python was built by taking the features from different programming languages. Python has taken some advantages from one programming, has taken some other features from other programming. In this way, from multiple programming languages, has taken the features and advantages. And Python real-time applications, before you update with any technology, right, you need to know what kind of applications are you going to develop by using this Python. Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? Python usage, Python features, usage of Python. Who are using Python today? Topmost applications, topmost companies using Python, and Python features as compared with other programming, coding wise, length wise, and complexity wise. You can check how simple the Python statements. Python comparison with other programming, right? Python comparison with other programming. And reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. Reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. What are the reasons which makes it super popular? And Python scope and job market. What is the job market of Python currently, and what is the scope of Python in the coming years? So this is what I will be discussing in today's and tomorrow's session, right? So starting with why Python. Starting with Python, right? Python is a general purpose programming. Python is a general purpose programming. Yes, I define Python in 5 lines. So general purpose programming, multi-programming features. It has got high-level language, interpreted language, user-friendly programming language. I'll just brief you one by one. General purpose programming. What do you mean by general purpose? Right? Before Python, there were some programming languages. We heard about that languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? Yes. Pascal. See, these programming languages, Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, are purpose based. They are used for a specific purpose, not for all the purposes, right? Pascal for complicated mathematical applications. Fortran for scientific applications, COBOL for business applications. They are used for a specific purpose, not all the purposes, right? But a language which is suitable for developing any kind of applications. Such a language, we call it as general purpose programming language. So Python is such a kind of programming where any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python, like automation applications, web applications, gaming applications, networking applications, GUI applications, embedded applications, desktop applications. In this way, wide varieties of applications we can develop today by using and Python. And Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used programming today, like for implementing different domains of different high-end technologies, right? Yes. So it's a Python is a general purpose programming, multi-programming features. Python has got multi-programming features. I give a labor example. If you want to launch a new product into the market, assume that you want to launch a new mobile phone, right? To to attract the customers, what all the features we see in different other mobiles, all those we need to embed within a single piece. The same way, Python is a kind of programming which has got the features of all the other programming languages within it. That's why multi-programming features, hybrid language we say. Python is a high-level language. It's a high-level language. Okay. There are two types of languages. Two types of languages. Low-level languages and high-level languages. Low-level languages. Secondly, high-level languages. Low-level languages and high-level languages. Low-level languages like assembly level language or machine level language. Low-level languages like assembly level or machine level languages. First thing, they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. Secondly, they are not portable. Low-level languages are machine level languages, but they are not human understandable. The programs can't be carried from one system to another. They are not portable and machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating system. Machine dependent. Machine dependent, right? High level languages. High level languages like Python. High level languages like Python, right? First thing. Human understandable, right? Human understandable, right? Secondly, like they are portable, human understandable. Secondly, they are portable, right? And machine independent. So human understandable, right? The statements of Python looks like normal English statements and portable. They can be carried from one system to other, right? Machine depend independent can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. Yes, machine independent can run all. So Python is a high level language. Interpreted language. Interpreted language means yes, line by line execution. We see like line by line. See, there are two types of languages: compilation and interpretation. Compilation and interpretation. Compilation like C language, interpretation like Python. In the case of compilation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you got some lines of code. It executes the entire code at once. It executes the entire code at once and displays the errors if any. If you got any errors, it displays the errors. But Python, if you got some lines of code, it executes statement by statement. See here, if you got in this 10 lines, if you got some 5 errors, but here, if any error occurs in this line, it won't execute the remaining lines. Abnormal termination, we say, right? So Python, statement by statement execution, which makes debugging easy, right? The interpretation, like line by line execution, if we get error in particular line, it won't execute the remaining lines. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming. It's a programmer-friendly programming, right? Which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements. Yeah. So general purpose programming has got multi-programming features, high-level language, interpreted language, user-friendly programming. It is user-friendly programming, right? Yes. Fine. Just observe this, right? So Python has got what programming features? Python has got what programming features, right? Yes. So Python has got right first, like procedural oriented programming features. Procedural oriented programming features it has got. Example like C language. Just like C language, we can develop applications here in Python. And like object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming with like object-oriented programming like C++, Java. Like C++ and Java, we can develop applications here. Yes, next like, scripting has got features of scripting. Example like shell script. It has got the features of modular programming. Modular programming. It has got the features of modular programming. Example like modular 3. Example like modular 3. Procedural oriented programming like C language, object oriented like C++, Java, scripting like shell script. And so once again, I say to update with Python, to learn Python, you doesn't require any of this zero programming or non can update with Python. So as part of the course, we'll be discussing procedural oriented with Python, object oriented programming with Python, scripting and modular programming with Python. So if you take Python, if you talk about this Java and Python, right? Python and Java are the two major programming languages used currently for enterprise applications creations. For enterprise applications creations, Python and Java. Observe. Okay. But Java programmers or developers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming. Without object-oriented programming, we cannot write a Java application or a program. But in Python, with object-oriented, without object-oriented, with procedural-oriented, with object-oriented, we can we can develop different varieties of applications. Okay. And if we talk, go back like 10 to 15 years, like 2010, Java is the mostly preferred language with 43% usage in the industry. The 2010 Python, nobody knows that there was a programming language. So it is just 3% used. Later, 10 years later, from 2020 onwards, if we see, the usage of Python has increased a lot. The usage of Java like 19%. The usage of Python like 31%. It has increased to 31%. Means year by year, the usage of Python is increasing a lot. I'll just show you a graph. I'll open Google and show you the usage of Python currently and the most popular programming language currently, the most used programming language currently. Yes. And scripting. Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries, right? And for modular programming, right? Python has got a great boom today. Python has got a great boom today because of this modular programming. Because Python is supporting modules, is supporting the concept of modules for each and every environment. For every environment, it is giving modules, right? 89,300 inbuilt modules. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got from different environments. Whatever environment you are from, Python supports module 89,300, right? Yes. So whatever environment, either from networking or from testing or from big data or data science, whatever environment, right? Python is providing modules for each and every environment. Yes. Python has got great booms today. Yes. Abhinav, any query you got?
Yeah, sir. You mean to say modules means these are the libraries, right? That we import.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so built in like available much for every purpose.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Which consists of inbuilt functions using that we can perform that operations, right? So more
Yeah.
on this modules, right? For example, modules. For example, for data science, we have got modules. Python is providing nearly 10 to 15 modules like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, CP, Scikit-learn, right? Some modules we have got, we using that we can perform the operations. Don't need to write huge codings here. Which models consist of inbuilt functions. Separate modules available for this. Separate modules. Even if you go for big data, right? Yes. It has got separate modules. Big data has got separate modules, right? And for networking. For networking, separate modules for testing or for test cases, right? And for operating system, for OS kind of activities, for each and every database, like Oracle, separate module Python provides like CX underscore Oracle. For my Python to connect with any database, Oracle or MySQL, right? MySQL. So MySQL is the module to connect with this. And for SQL Server, any database you take. Yes. Any database, Python provides a module, right? SQL Server has got a separate module. And for any file formats like Excel files, JSON files, JSON files, XML files, CSV files, for any file formats, Python is providing modules. Means just by writing Python code and executing it, right? You can see that Excel workbook getting created, Excel file getting created, and in that sheets will be created automatically, and data we can insert into that sheet too. You can read data from sheet one. Okay. And not only that, Excel like JSON files, XML files, you can create these files, right? Yes. Any type of files, we have got separate models for all this. And for mathematical operations, right? math, and for statistical operations, and for generating graphs, normal graph, bar graphs, histograms, scatter plots, stack plots, pie graph, any types of graphs we can generate by using any type of graphs we can generate today by using Python. Python is the only programming without importing. It's the only Python is the only language that without we can generate graphs by writing code. Okay, any type of graphs with just with very less coding, we can generate these graphs. In this way, not only this, not only for computer applications, for electronics, for civil, for all this, right, environments, Python has got modules. So in this way, thousands of modules, 89,300 modules has got for different environments, right? Yes. And okay. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? Python real-time applications, what? Python real-time applications. I'll brief you where Python is used. Yes,
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Nikhil this side.
yes,
Sir, actually, I'm from the non-IT background,
yes.
so I'll not take time here. But can I get separate some kind of maybe something to learn about these modules and dictionaries? I'm not actually knowing what these terms are related to,
See here,
or
okay,
what are.
okay, there, okay, 1 second. So only thing is, you may be, okay, some technical words are used like procedural oriented, object oriented, scripting and mod. There's nothing I am not going to discuss. Now, as part of the course, we are going to discuss it, right? What is procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting and modular programming with Python. We are going to discuss everything in from the scratch, right? From the ground. As clearly said, there is no prerequisites for Python with zero programming, with non-programming, right? You can update with Python. There is no that you need to have the knowledge of C language or C++, nothing. Without any programming skills, right? Without any zero programming, you can update with Python, right? So I'll be briefing you. All the sessions will be interactive sessions, statement by statement. I'll show you right how to work with. Okay.
No, just
Yes. So there is no prerequisites for Python. No zero prerequisites. No need to have any programming knowledge, right? Yes. Python real-time applications. So what kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Mostly used in creation of web applications. A lot of web applications are getting developed today by using Python. Especially Python has got a framework. Python has got a framework called Django framework. It has got a framework called Django framework. It's a framework of Python for developing web applications. You may ask, already we have got Java, .NET, all this from the last 20, 25 years. They're used for developing web applications. Why again? Python. Means using this Django framework, at a rapid speed, you can develop a web application. At a rapid speed, you can develop a web application. And that too with very less coding. Okay, very less. 100 lines of Java code, we can write within 15 to 20 lines in Python. 15 to 20 lines of Java code, we can write 4 to 5 lines in Python. That is not even 1/4 coding I'm saying, right? As compared with other programming. Coding wise, very less coding. Even they look like normal English statements. In the tomorrow session, I'll be briefing you, right? Taking some examples, how simple the Python statements. I'll take a task and I'll try to implement the task in multiple programming so you can understand this Python statements easily, right? They look like normal English as compared with other programmings. And Python mostly used in creation of automation applications today. Python mostly used in creation of automation applications, like using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, technologies like DevOps, right? Many automation applications, right? Especially if you talk about this IoT, Internet of Things. It is a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, electronics for collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? Yes. Yes. And IoT, it's a electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other. Yes. And here total coding goes in Python, even for data science, right? Data science deals with the data. So everything deals with the data. Data has got experience. Data has got future reference. Using data or data science, we perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data clusterings, data recommendations. It's a blend of technique. The main technique what we see in data science, ML, machine learning, right? The main technique what we see here is ML, machine learning. Yes. So machine learning, we have got many techniques, right? Algorithms, regression, classifications, clusterings, recommendations, pattern matching. For all this to implement, we require a language. To code, we require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used programming for implementing this machine learning, deep learning, or data science, right? And DevOps. So Python is one of the best scripting language. We write many automation scripts, right? Apart from this, even one more major area like big data, right? In big data environment, right? Python is used. Like if you see like huge amounts of data, not in KBs, MBs, or GBs, or even TBs. Beyond that, we have got petabytes, exabytes, zettabytes, zettabytes, so terabytes, right? For huge data, right? We have got some tools like Hadoop and Spark, right? Yes. For huge data storage and huge data processing in quick time, especially Spark, very high speed processing, right? Yes. Spark implemented by using Python or like PySpark. Spark implemented by using Python language, we call like PySpark. Very high speed processing, which has got great boom today for huge data storage and processing. Apart from this, Python is used for scientific applications. Scientific applications like CP for numerical analysis. For numerical analysis like NumPy. Scientific applications like CP, numerical analysis like NumPy. Yes. NumPy means numerical Python, right? And for graphical user interface, right? For graphical user interface and for animations. Graphical user interface and for animations, right? Like we have got a tkinter or like PyQt or some modules, right? Yes. And for especially for game development, lot of games are getting developed today by using Python. Especially for developing games, Python has given frameworks like Pygame and another framework like PyCara. These are the frameworks given by Python for developing games. And for 3D games, we have got like PySoy. So Pygame, PyCara, PySoy, right? Okay. And apart from this, for scheduling tasks, Python is used for scheduling tasks. We have got Airflow for it, and for testing or for test cases, and for software development, Python is used for software development, right? Software developers make use of Python as a support language, and for business applications, Python is one of the best choice. For developing e-commerce websites, Python is one of the best choice, right? Apart from this, business applications. For networking applications, right? Network programming for network applications, Python is providing a separate framework like Twisted Python, separate framework. And apart from this, one of the hottest application of Python, database applications. Without database, there is no web application. So Python can connect with any database. Apart from this, Python is used for web scraping. Web scraping means scraping data from different websites, harvesting data from different websites. And for audio and video applications, as part of the course, I'll be discussing some audio and video applications. Apart from this, Python is used for embedded applications, right? The famous embedded applications like Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation, right? And for CAD or 3D CAD applications, computer-aided designing CAD applications, right? Python is used. Apart from that, right? Python is used for computer vision, for color detection, face detection, and object detection, right? Yes. And apart from this, for data analysis, and apart from this, right, Python is used computer vision, data analysis. For desktop applications creations, single user console applications, right? In this way, Python is used. For CAD applications, computer vision, for data analysis, for desktop applications, for all this, right? Yes. Okay. In this way, there have got many applications creations. We can create any kind of applications using Python, right? Mostly used for web applications, automation applications, gaming applications, right? Who are using Python today? Who are using Python? Today? Topmost applications built using Python. Right? Yes, I'll take 10 minutes more. Topmost applications built using Python. Just observe. Google is one of the best example for Python web application. The Google web crawling is first written in Java. It was too difficult. It was rewritten in Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Yahoo using Python. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python and machine learning. Instagram built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram choosing Python practicality and Python hybrid features. NASA using Python for its research and development activities. Some other applications like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest. Quora, Reddit, Pinterest. Yes. And Dropbox. All this they are built using Python. The famous OTT platform Netflix using Python for its security, automation, and subscription related things. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games, which uses Python. Yes, Maya, a powerful 3D animation, which uses Python script. And iRobot for military and commercial applications. And BitTorrent using Python. Yes, apart from this, like companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they use Python for hardware testing purpose. Okay, so these are some of those examples, right? And now coming right from the discussions what we had, reasons which makes Python super popular, reasons, right? Which makes Python, reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. So what are the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. First thing is, most of the programmers or developers are attracted towards Python, migrating towards Python because of its very less coding, right? Yes. Very less coding. Secondly, simple syntax is given, right? Yes. Very less coding, simple syntaxes. Looks like normal English statements. Multi-programming features. Multi-programming features it has got, right? Yes. And interactive mode, one more important feature, interactive mode. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. For example, here in the bottom search panel, I'm typing CMD to go to the command prompt. Here I type Python, Python. Here if I type Python and if I say enter, 3.12.2, right? The Python version and Python interpreter. Can you see 3 arrow symbol? Here you can type any valid Python statements and you can interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. For every statement, it gives response. Four plus 3, 23 into 34. X is 10, Y is 4, X value, Y value, X plus Y value, what is that? X is 10, Y is 4. You can just, what is X, what is Y, what is X plus Y, X minus Y. X value, Y value, X plus Y, X minus Y, X into Y, X by Y, any valid Python statements, 10 plus 4, 10 minus 4, 10 into 4, 10 by 4. Okay, fine. So in the same way, any valid Python statements, HELLO, a string, X into 3 prints hello for 3 times, X into 5 prints hello for 5 times, right? If you say quit, it comes out quit. Okay. Okay, fine. Quit, it comes out of it, right? Yes. Okay. So very less coding, simple syntaxes, interactive mode. In this way, this kind of interaction you can see only in Python. In other programming language, we won't see this statement-wise interaction. Right. multi, okay. And if we, just now we have discussed, right, wide varieties of applications, wide varieties of applications, and many built-in, talk about many built-in modules, libraries, right? Yes, many built-in modules are okay, 89,300, nearly 89,300 modules Python has got. These are the reasons which makes it super popular, right? Very less code, less simple syntaxes, multi-programming features, interactive mode, wide varieties of applications, many built-in modules, right? Now, just I'll open Google and show you. If you type in the Google, if you type popular coding language, if you check, right? Yes. So you see that results for it. The most popular programming language, can you see it? Python stands first, next Java, next comes the other programming. Python remains most popular languages. Python remains most popular of all the programming languages. Next comes Java and JavaScript. Just I've opened Google, right? Yes. Now you can see most popular programming languages. Python, JavaScript, and Java. Most popular programming languages used by top 25 unicorns. Python, Java, JavaScript. Now if you see, right? Yes. Most in demand programming language in 2021-22. Python, Java, JavaScript. Most popular coding language of 2021. Python, Java, JavaScript. Ranking wise, you can check, right? Yes. Top programming languages. Can you see Python, Java, JavaScript. Ranking wise, if you check, rank one, Python is the number one ranked. Next comes Java and the other programmings. See, number of top 39 US computer science departments that use languages to teach introductory courses. Python mostly preferred. Next comes Java and other, right? You see the rankings also, right? Ranking wise, worldwide. Rank one is Python and compared with other programmings, right? And if you see the usage in the industry, right? If we can see this graph, see the usage of Python here, right? Observe this. Python 31% used. Can you see this big circle? Java 19, C++ 9, and other programming languages, right? Python is mostly preferred with 31% of usage. Yes. And if you see ranking by average salary and ranking by job openings, right? Python stand first in the average salary and ranking by volume of job openings, Python and SQL stands first. And even if we see the jobs for Python today, just type Python jobs. Okay. Python jobs in Hyderabad, 20,373 Python jobs in Hyderabad, right? In Naukri. Yes. Python developer jobs, and even not only Python, people who have got Django, that is a Python framework, people who have knowledge on that is very less. Django jobs, even you can also go like Django jobs, right? 19,000 Django job vacancies in February. People who has knowledge on Django is very less. They might be having knowledge on Python, but Python frameworks. So yes, as of now, the competition is less for Django, but in the coming days, will be more, right? And what is that? I'm going to discuss as part of this course from the scratch ground level to the advanced level, like basics of Python, history, applications, features, advantages, versions, installations, Python modes of execution, interactive mode, batch mode, editors and IDs, constants, variables, comments, input function, accepting input from that keyboard, comments in Python, escape sequences, strings, index. Okay. Operators in Python, different types of operators, IDs in Python, right? Flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, collections, lists, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, tuples, Python sets, Python dictionary, functions in Python, right? Models in Python, modular programming, right? Packages in Python, errors and exception handling, right? Types of errors, file handling, right? And object-oriented programming concepts, right? Regular expressions, database access, Python data in time, operating system module, advanced concepts, GUI programming, right? And Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Pandas module in brief, NumPy module in brief,
Please.
Matplotlib module in brief, right? Yes. You can see that course content in the chart panel also. They have forwarded, the online team has forwarded that course content here. You can check that course content there. Yes. And this is for Python. People who wants to go for Python full stack web development, right? Along with Python, this Django framework, web frameworks, Django installations, project architecture, Django applications, Django views, Django templates, admin, Django models, advanced concepts. And apart from this, you'll be given knowledge on UI technologies, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything in brief, and MySQL. So observe here what yes, Python core, Python advanced, Python application oriented modules, Python core, advanced and application oriented modules, right? So all these three, Python core programming, advanced programming, and modules concepts. So nearly 70 hours I'm going to spend on 70 hours on this. 2 months is the duration. And the course fees, just it's an offer batch. It's for 5,000 is that. Apart from this, people who wants to go for full stack, Python full stack web development, right? So for those people who wants to go for Python full stack web development, so along with this Python, you'll be given knowledge on web development. You'll be given knowledge on web development, right? Like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. Total UI technologies, right? You'll be given knowledge on UI technologies. Apart from this, you'll be given knowledge on Django framework. Django framework means nearly 15 to 20 applications you'll be creating along with me parallelly, right? Web applications creations. Apart from this REST API, you'll be given knowledge on REST API plus project. So for all this, for web development, Django framework, REST API project, it takes 60 hours. So 2 months duration. Actually, the okay, that is the fees for this is 7,000 actually for this web development Django. Totally 70 plus 60, 130 hours, 4 months if you want to go for full stack. And that fee is 5,000 plus 7, 12,000. But if you are taking the entire full stack with a single payment, right? It's 10,000, 10K is the fees. Only for Python, it is 5,000. For total full stack, if you're paying, right, it's 10K. If you're taking separately, right, 5 and 7. Then what are the offerings from our side, right? You'll be getting everyday video, everyday session video, you'll be getting notes, class notes, assignments and tasks to work with, and a WhatsApp group for technical discussion. WhatsApp group for technical discussion, right? This one. Yes. Any queries from your side now? Anyone? You got any queries from your side? You can ask your queries, right? Sessions will be interactive sessions. You'll be kept in unmuted status. You can ask query at any point of time. Right.
Hello, sir. I have query regarding the timing. So all the classes will be at 6 p.m. or the time will get changed?
Yeah. 1 second. Let me be. Yeah, I forgot to say about it. So yes, timing of this timings, right? First 10 days, it will be at 6 p.m. After the 10 days, it will be at, it starts at 8 p.m. in the evening, right? So yes. So before you go with the payments, right, I am saying, right, the timing of this batch. So first 10 days will be at 6 p.m. Later it will be at 8 p.m. Yes. Fine. So tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, same time at 6 p.m. using the same link to see more on this. From tomorrow, we are going to start. Tomorrow, I'll be showing you the installation process, execution modes, the other things, right? First with introductory session, right? Python software foundation, Python versions, installations, and execution. Fine. Okay. Any other queries, right? Anyone? Okay. So I'm stopping for now. We'll continue tomorrow, more discussion, right? Same time at 6 p.m. using the same link, right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow.